What up? What up? What's up, though? Alright, it's Eddie Alchemist here. How to survive prison programs. Episode 13 is called Programs, people. Alright, so this is just basically realized information was that when you are in this situation, say you get in prison or you know someone that's in prison, when you are in quarantine, you will see the parole board. Like usually, if you're only doing a year in prison, you will not see the parole board because you're under a year, or I think it's like a year or 2 years. It's one of them. No, if you're doing two, if you under a year, you will not see the parole board, or if you have flat time, you get like say for instance you have a gun charge and you're automatically doing like you're going to do 2 years for a gun, period. It doesn't matter what you do, you're just gonna do 2 years. So you don't have to see the parole board because it's an automatic 2 years. But understand that you have a program that you have to complete. So it could be, I think they got some programs like Thinking for a Change, some domestic violence classes, or if you're a pedophile, you got your pedophile classes. Some of that stuff lasts for like, I say like a month, 2 months. Some classes last a whole year. But again, you have a program that you have to complete in order before you get a parole. Before you even go see the parole board, they're gonna tell you that if you do not have this program completed, you will not get released. Now, if you bullshit your way throughout your whole jail prison sentence, and they be like, all right, well, they can only keep you up to your maximum day. But usually if you get a parole, you only do um you only gonna be doing like what, two, like a half, maybe 3/4. No, you really just gonna be doing a half of your time anyway, because your full extent of your full charge is like, because like you know how if you ever made the news, they'd be like, well, he's facing up to 5 years in prison or 6 years or 7 years. In reality, you're only really going to do like three, maybe four, maybe two. You're going to do at least two, three at the most. Then you're going to get a parole. But if the parole board tells you that you have to take this program and you're not in the program, and you go in front of the parole board and they tell you that, you'll be like, oh, they'd be like, man, well, you know, damn, bro. So you don't did everything else. You can take other little classes, little courses. You can, you know, take little stuff that you can sign up for. But understand, your core program, if you do not do this one thing, people, one thing, you're not getting your parole. It don't matter what's going on. They be like, you can do everything else except that one thing. They be like, yeah, well, we're gonna give you a flop. So see you again in like 6 months or something like that, or a year or two. Be like that, man. So again, you got family members in there, or you in there yourself. You better be telling them, hey man, you better be talking to your little counselor or whoever you got to talk to make sure you get in your program. Man, it's time out for this bullshit. You got some motherfuckers who've been in there for like years. And it's crazy, it's crazy to really think like, damn, you in this situation and all you gotta do is take a class and they gonna let you out. Take your class and get the fuck on. Some people don't even do that shit. Some people be like, man, I ain't taking this class, man. Fuck this class. I'm about to go see the parole board. Parole board people on the members of the parole board be like, sir, Mr. or Mrs. whatever the hell your name is, seems here that you completed everything else. You have completed a lot of classes. I mean, I gotta give credit to you. but how come you ain't take this class? And they gonna look at you exactly like this. So you know you got to take this one class so you can get granted your parole. You know that, right, sir or madam? So how come you not in it? You know, it's your responsibility to get in your program. And in all reality, if you are in a situation or you know somebody that's in that situation, they really gonna tell you it's your responsibility to get yourself in that class. Like the administrative rule, like that in this situation, your life is in your hands. Like if you got court paperwork to send out or you trying to get out, you better get in that class. You better get in that program and finish it. You better do everything I don't get you, even if you gotta lie. In this situation, if this is one of the most crucial things that you actually have to do, this is serious. You gotta do that program so you can get out. Because they not gonna let you out if you ain't do that program, people. It don't matter who you are. You can be famous or not. You got a program to do, they ain't letting you out till you do that motherfucker. Sure, that's like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, for example, he gotta take like a pedophile class or some shit. They not gonna let that man out. They not gonna let that man out until he take that motherfucker and get done with it. But yeah, usually whatever crime that you committed, you gotta take a class for it. They always gonna recommend something, and you only gonna take that shit like before your out date. When you get towards your out date, you only gonna take that motherfucker when you get to that motherfucker. But shit, you better start telling motherfuckers. You better start telling your counsel. You better tell them to tell your counsel like, hey man, I need to get in my program, bro. Man, I'm trying to go home, man. Because again, you ain't getting released till you do that, motherfucker. It don't matter who you are. And then the sad part is you'll get a flop if you don't even get if you're not in the program when you get to the parole board. It don't matter. That is the one way that you will not get home. Is because you're not taking that shit serious enough to get out. And if you know somebody that's in that situation and all they need is a program, you better be on their ass to get in that motherfucker. You better be calling up to that prison and being like, so and so need to get put in this program and all of that and blah blah blah. Like, better be on their ass because if you don't get in that program, they might say you can get it. They might give you a parole, but say that you got to take it when you go home or when you get released. But that doesn't. That's like a 10. That's a 10% of that ever happening. That never happens, people. You better make sure that you get that and get in that program and get it done because you ain't getting out till you do that, motherfucker. It's sad as hell, especially in Michigan. They did a whole story about that shit. Motherfuckers kept getting flopped left and right because they wasn't getting put in their programs. They just be keeping people in there. But again, you're dead to the world when you're in prison. Don't nobody care about you except with a couple people. Hey, real life shit. But hey, man, it's episode 13, man. How to survive prison programs. Subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. You know, hey, Eddie Alchemist, man. I'm out, bro.